He's amazing.
You get the popcorn, I'll get the tickets. It's time for the 2OceansVibe movie review. The 2OceansVibe movie review.
The 2OceansVibe movie review with Spling. How are you, sir?
Superb.
Nice. Superb. Look at that.
I'm running out of words here.
You
I
are.
love it. Last time it was, what was
Brilliant.
it? Brilliant.
Brilliant. Then it was
Superb.
beautiful. That was about the week.
Yeah.
And this time it's superb.
The way we're heading is going to be sublime eventually.
Well, let me save that one for a couple of weeks' time. Maybe
Wait till summer really kicks in. Mate, what are we looking at today?
We are looking at movies. Lots and lots of movies.
Awesome. This is not the food segment.
No, not at all. Not at all. We're not going to be putting on chef's hats. We are going to be talking about movies. And we're going to start with the cinema releases for tomorrow. Well, what we're looking at here is something, I'll save the best for last, should I? But Life as We Know It. That's a new romantic comedy drama that is coming out tomorrow with Josh Duhamel and Katherine Heigl.
Josh Duhamel from Casino, married to a chick from Black Eyed Peas. Yes,
and
Josh Duhamel.
Katherine Heigl from Knocked Up.
I love that woman.
Yeah, no, she's
and
great.
Grays. Or
And
was
Grays,
Grays,
yeah.
So basically the story is their best friends both die tragically in a car accident. They leave their baby in their home to their two mutually best friends who have been on a blind date but don't like each other, but they have to work as a team to make it work.
Then they fall in love.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a contrived
Very
setup.
nice. That sounds cool, eh?
A little bit of a contrived setup there, but actually a great film. I really enjoyed it,
Okay.
and it surprised me. It's like everything about it makes you not want to like it,
Yeah.
but when you actually watch it, it's great.
Oh, good stuff. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, if you enjoyed, it's complicated with Meryl
Yes.
Streep.
Same level stuff.
It's a similar vibe, except you would almost call it like a prequel to
Okay.
It's Complicated. The When Life Was Good, or so called.
Because I must admit, I just saw Josh Duhamel and I thought,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually plays out of his socks in this movie.
Oh,
and
good stuff.
same
Cool.
with Catherine. They kind of trying to break those stereotypes that they kind of.
I do enjoy her vibe, I must admit.
Yeah. So no, that was a great movie. And then something called Piranha 3D.
Haven't seen it, must admit, but I have seen the trailer, I think.
It's actually a remake. A lot of people probably don't know this. It's a remake of a Joe Dante film
Right.
that was made in 1978, which was obviously streamlining behind Jaws, the success of Steven Spielberg's Jaws.
Dangerous Fish, I think, was the angle
Yeah,
they were all
yeah.
going for.
Indeed, yeah. Why have one dangerous fish when you can have like thousands?
Yeah. Free Willy 1 went for the same angle.
It did.
Which is pretty bad. Okay, no one else? Okay, just me,
No.
right.
And this one's quite a mixed sort of film. If you love breasts, you'll definitely love it.
I've seen the trailer. Is this the one where they're on the boat at one stage and the one woman gets cut in half by a
Yes, she's actually a porn star.
That's
That-
right,
that
yes.
particular woman.
And it's got my favourite with Kelly Brooks in this.
Yes.
Who's Kelly Brooks?
Oh, Kelly Brook. No, just Kelly Brook.
Brooke.
Not Brooks.
Is she, what, porn
She's-
star?
No. She's just a very gorgeous, voluptuous woman.
Oh,
in my
amazing.
opinion. We'll pull up some pictures.
I think that might have been the prerequisite for anyone that was actually appearing in this film, is that you were gorgeous and voluptuous.
And you had breasts.
Boobs
Yeah.
and piranhas.
Indeed. That's
Wow.
that's it's
Don't knock
quite a
it.
mix.
Don't knock it.
No, and
No, I'm
there's
not,
also
I'm not
blood.
knocking. Just saying. Give something for the piranhas to go for, right?
Yeah, well, it's quite a nice thing. And also blood, That's the other thing that's in the water, besides the
This
bobbing
is
ladies.
Kelly Brook right here.
Streak's holding his nipples. I don't know what to do.
Just ignore him.
And that's
He'll go
also
away.
got Jerry O'Connell, and he's the guy that actually owns Wild Wild Girls. It's a website that's a spoof of Girls Gone Wild.
Okay.
And the way that I kind of saw this, I saw this film, and then I actually managed to finish it, and then I walked out, and I thought to myself, what can I compare that to? I thought Jaws, Girls Gone Wild, and Joe's Apartment. Can you guys remember Joe's Apartment?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember Joe's apartment.
I don't think it was made for you.
It was cockroaches, loads of cockroaches in this guy's apartment. and he had to try
Kelly
and
Brook is
survive.
here, by the way, on our screen.
Wow.
Very lovely
She's quite
lady.
voluptuous. The thing is about her. Sorry, just to interrupt very quickly while we surf pictures. But she's very natural.
Those boobs aren't fake at all.
They're not. They're just genuinely sort of like, she's just a very.
Hardiman,
That's quite a
They're
natural
not.
smile.
No, they are, I promise you, they're not.
listen to me. I need you to listen to me, okay?
I did 6 months in Vegas. I can spot fake boobs from 10 centimeters off.
You think those are for realsies?
They wouldn't fall like that if they.
They can make fake boobies to look like real boobies now.
No,
You don't know
not
this?
Like they can't. Anyway, we'll have this discussion later. Sorry.
So yeah, no, Jerry O'Connell's in it, and so is Christopher Lloyd, Doc from Back to the Future.
Yes.
Oh,
And so is Richard Dreyfuss from Jaws.
Richard Dreyfuss is in this movie?
Stakeout, remember him from Stakeout?
Yeah, I mean, he was a pretty good actor until now.
He's not really in this movie. It's like a cameo. He got paid $50,000 just to be in the intro.
Who wouldn't?
He's a fisherman, I know. But he donated it all to charities, so good on him, you know.
He was just a fisherman at the beginning of Jaws as well, wasn't he? Like, just hanging out on the boat.
I think he was more of a main character, but he was a fisherman.
He was a fisherman on the boat.
Yeah.
They're being all intertextually or referencey and stuff, eh?
Oh, yeah. Save the piranhas. I'm sure that's probably where the money went.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so it's a real cheesy sort of B-movie, like, it's actually made to be bad.
And where does it land up on the Spling meter?
It lands up on a flimsy 4, but I don't think that'll be most people's estimations out of an enjoyment level, because it's a really entertaining film, but it was made to be bad.
But you got to know that going in, right? I mean, you're not going to be going in there getting some sort of like
no one went into Snakes on a Plane expecting an Oscar performance.
Exactly. So go in with the same
attitude. Not a
attitude.
Merchant in Ivory movie.
And then a very sort of generic heist movie called Takers, which is going through the motions. Idris Elba is probably the only star you might recognize the name of. And it's just a bit dull.
Not
hey?
even.
Not even. Not even.
Sounds like my grandmother's friend at the bridge club.
Is it Jessica Alba's mother?
Idris Elba. He's from.
Sorry, it's a guy.
Yes, it's a guy.
He's
from. He was in that Obsessed movie, and he was also in The Losers. So he's been around, but sort of underground.
All right.
Yeah, and that's not really one to see. I actually was watching the preview. The reel cut out halfway through the preview. I decided that since the lights were on, I needed to leave.
It's God's way of telling you can go now.
Yeah, well, I felt there was a natural break and a great break to make a break. So, yeah, did it.
You know the film's bad when the projector is
spitting it out.
I just can't anymore. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's too much. And then the thing that Rich was talking about earlier, 4 Lions. That's a comedy about terrorists. Quite touchy. And I've actually overheard some people saying that it was a little bit too touchy to actually even cover in their newspaper.
Wow, okay.
So it's that kind of movie where it's going to grate a bit, but it's going to be very interesting to see what the public's reaction is.
Touchy how? Like, is it more leaning towards which faction?
Well, it's a farce, and it's sort of a send-up of jihad terrorists, suicide bombers. So, you've got guys that are blowing themselves up, tripping over sheep and things. So it's a little bit like...
why would that be touchy? Come on.
Not at all.
Sheep lovers.
I kind of thought it was a bit like Monty Python and the Holy Grail, except more like Monty Python and the Holy Jihad, with terrorists instead of knights.
And no coconuts in this one.
Tit for tat, eh? Tit for tat.
Exactly. And it's British.
Fair enough.
And it's really worth checking out if you enjoy your comedy. Got a bit of a reality twist, so real interesting film to check out. Just make sure that you choose your screenings properly. You don't want to be.
Yeah, we know where you're going.
Yeah.
It might be a bit dangerous though, because I know that in Muslim culture, remember that woman who named the teddy bear in the classroom Muhammad?
Yes.
She got into a lot of trouble for that.
Well, she nearly went to jail for it.
Yeah.
And then there was that cartoon.
Absolutely.
Well, so I mean, it's very controversial.
Really,
choose your
they're
movie
not as easygoing as the
wisely.
Jews or the Christians. They're like, yeah, whatever, say whatever you want to say. But
Yeah.
in Muslim culture, it's a little bit more hectic.
Yeah, so that's why it's going to grate a bit, I think. But I gave it a solid 7. So
Okay, wow. So it's good, worth checking out then.
yeah, solid 7, almost going excellent 8.
Wow.
But
Okay.
solid 7 it is, yeah. And
I don't know what that
Jen
was.
just gets in the microphone then.
alrighty.
That's what an 8 gets.
Yeah. And then, Takers is a flimsy 4. I don't think I mentioned that. Then on the rental front, we've got a near perfect 9, but I'm going to save that for a little later.
Okay.
She's Out of My League. I don't know if you saw that with Jay Baruchel,
No.
Alice Eve.
Oh, actually, I've seen the trailer for it as well on Apple TV. Yeah.
It's like a diluted, sweeter version of There's Something About Mary. So, that's worth checking out. And then Defender, I gave that a solid 7 with Woody Harrelson. That's a straight-to-video release in South Africa. And we've got a vigilante superhero. It's a bit like Kick-Ass, who's getting down and dirty with the criminals going underground. But he's a little bit... He's like Adam Sandler was in Rain on Me, where he's a little bit like sweet and a little bit like crazy. So
So what, he's going Donnie Brasco on the like he's posing as a villain, but he's actually a superhero.
No, not at all. He is dressed all in black. He throws marbles at people to make them slip and slide. He's got a jar of wasps. He's an unconventional superhero.
Nice. I like his left of field thinking. That's really good.
So he's a bit like a grown-up kid trying to save the world. But a really cool, dark comedy, and I quite enjoyed it. Gave it a 7. Then Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, that's with
Yes.
Heath Ledger. That is out on DVD right now as we speak. And we've got Andrew Garfield, who's in the Social Network just recently. And Heath Ledger, obviously. Fantasy mystery, if you like psychedelic, if you enjoyed...
Trippy stuff.
Yeah, if you enjoyed The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, then you'll probably get a kick out of this. If you actually have heard of it, I think you should...
You should just sit.
Yeah. And The Fourth Kind, that's with Mila Jovovich, any way you say it.
Must
I think
be good.
people will get it.
Must
Anyway,
be good.
you say it,
It's just good.
check is hot.
That thing.
She is. This is a weird one, though. It's like a mystery thriller. Alien. It's not a... it's actually more of a sort of... what's a 5? What would you do for a flat 5?
The grudge sound.
Yeah, good one. So small town, aliens, that kind of thing. They've got a whole lot of documentary footage that they're putting against a dramatized story with Miller. It's a bit distracting, I found. But if you're really into your mystery thrillers and your alien movies, then
the way to go.
Check it out.
Roswell.
Roswell. And then Six in the City. I know it's so down on the list. A lot of that's 2.
I saw that came up on my Apple TV recently released rental, so I'm like,
yeah,
crash.
It's 2.5 hours long. That's a lot of sex and the
a lot of
city.
cities.
Wow. Isn't this them in like Egypt or something?
Abu Dhabi, yeah.
Abu Dhabi.
Opulence Deluxe. Yeah, it's a interesting one because they're on the verge of becoming desperate housewives. I'm sorry to say this, but
that's where most of the thinking comes from.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was all about the bags, the shoes, the makeup, the beauty, the fashion, and now it's kind of moving to, oh gosh, who are we going to get to take care of the kids? And
Yeah.
I've got to go to Bridge Club.
I can't wait for that Sex in the City.
Oh yes, I
The
can't wait.
ladies at Bingo.
And then yes.
No, sorry. I was going to ask you, what do you have next?
Up next is Killers. Kutcher Heigl again.
Okay.
Kutcher, it's a bit of a mismatch, I thought. Kind of runs into the comedy and makes it a bit dull. You've got Kutcher who's trying to be like a spy. It's almost like what was that movie? Night and Day.
Yes.
Tom Cruise.
Yes.
It's a little bit like that, but it's a wannabe. It's not
Okay.
even getting to that point. So that's definitely one to avoid.
Okay.
And then that Near Perfect 9 I was talking about.
Yes.
Can you guess what it is? Take a stab. No.
Just trying to look at the notes.
I can't. Go on, tell me.
Toy Story 3.
What?
Toy Story 3.
Come on, get with it, Jen. Get with it.
Toy Story 3. Why is it so amazing?
It's just a brilliant... I mean, look, those films are designed to be, like, perfect.
Yeah.
All ages. Everyone loves them. It goes across the board. And it's just pure brilliance. You've got, like, cutting-edge... and it was in 3D. Cutting-edge CGI.
Oh, yeah?
It was in 3D.
Is Buzz in it?
Unfortunately, the
Buzz
DVD
is
version
in it.
isn't 3D.
Maybe he isn't.
No, Buzz is definitely in every single Toy Story.
Is Buzz in there?
Buzz is in there.
Okay.
Tim Allen. Tom Hanks.
One up for
Tom
Hardiman.
Hanks.
Jeremy Mansfield. I don't think... I actually haven't watched the DVD version, but he was in this theatrical release.
Right.
And I think he was just there as a localized thing. I think
Yeah.
they did that with a number of people just to localize it even further.
Okay.
That's how cutting edge it is. I mean, you're so good that you can actually start like narrowing down on your audience with like putting celebrities in
Local
in
celebrities
place.
into the... I like that idea.
Yeah. So no, it was a great film.
So was he only the voice for South African release?
Yeah. He was the
Wow.
telephone.
It's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Guy, thank you very much.
Hmm.
And we will have you back next week.
Cool.
Exciting stuff. It's 30 minutes past 10.